work.
So listen, I think this is going to be a fairly long tape tonight. So what I'd like to do is give people a bit of a background on you and I, and so briefly explain to people what your reasoning was before you said the first notable thing you uttered to me. Like, what was your thinking about me prior to that utterance? And then we'll tell people what the utterance was.
You mean when we first met?
Yeah.
What my thinking was?
Yeah.
Here's a guy bigger than me that I don't know, that I gotta protect myself from.
So you felt fearful of me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're different.
I'm different.
You're different. You haven't been trained in the ways yet.
Trained in what ways?
In the sheltered ways.
As the ways of the street.
Yeah.
I wasn't trained
No.
the ways of the street, so I was a bit of an airhead and bigger than you were. Right?
Yeah.
And so what was the first thing that you said to me that was notable that we're talking about here?
You fuck with me, I'll slit your throat.
In my sleep.
In your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about, How to Win Friends and Influence People? Didn't you ever read that book?
No, I missed that one there.
Anyway, that's not in there. That's not a good opening for a long-term relationship. In most cases, can we say this?
Most times, yeah.
Yeah. But you really didn't care about that. All you wanted to do was make sure that I thought twice about bullying you, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, small-statured men, you're telling me, have to worry about this from big-statured men all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that I was unaware of. And so, therefore, small-statured men have ego problems with big men, whether the big men know it or not. By virtue of the fact that a man's big, already, in your mind, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah? Or at least a potential bad guy.
Yeah.
As far as you're
Potential
concerned.
bad guys, more like it.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful of big guys, right?
Yeah.
And this is well known to the small guy universe.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, there's a distinction between plain women and beautiful women in the women world,
Right.
right? And so, beautiful women are hated by the plain women because they're beautiful.
That's true.
It's true. It's true, right?
Yeah.
And depending on the savvy of the beautiful women, they either get bum-fucked and buggered over, or they master the situation, somehow deal with it, right?
Yeah.
But if nature can take its course, a plain woman will find a way to hurt or seek the loss of a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Am I exaggerating here?
No.
No. Would the same true hold for men?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, whether people know it or not, there may be forces at work that are pejorative to their interests that have nothing to do with them, just by virtue of the fact that they're tall or they're big and good looking, or small and plain. There are spheres of influence that affect their thinking
That's true.
and their emotional response to things.
That's true.
And so, do you think whether you're male or female, there'd be some impetus that would play in it as well, in one's thinking? Or would it not matter? Would it make no difference whether the individual's male or female? In terms of what would be true or what would make sense? Let me rephrase it.
More female.
Right. More female what? For certainty or aberration?
For certainty.
For certainty. Okay, so you can be more certain of what women say than what men say.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are women always kind to each other?
No.
So, if one woman considers another woman her enemy, would you be trusting that woman's word too much about the other woman?
No.
So, if one woman doesn't like another woman, she might say bad things about her that aren't true.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think men would do that too?
Automatically.
Men do it automatically?
Yeah.
So both men and women do this, you're telling me?
Yeah.
You see, like, I don't know these things, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I really, I've been finding this out recently. I've been, like, seeing this.
You heard it again today, the reference to, oh, I'm not gonna blank. The reference from Peter about JC.
JC, that's right. Now that's a bully, though, right? JC is a bully. He's a guy who likes to think he's a big guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever was a big guy, even when he could stand up. Like, he's in a wheelchair today, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's bullying people from a wheelchair. Can we say this?
Yeah.
And he tried to bully me, did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Did he succeed?
No.
There's been a few people that have tried to bully me or my interests. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did any of them succeed?
No.
Were some of them embarrassed?
Yeah.
All right. But none of them succeeded.
No.
And they're not a problem anymore.
No.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter really what kind of character the bully takes. We've seen different kinds. The guys in wheelchairs, guys not in wheelchairs too, right? And big guys not in wheelchairs, and old big guys not in wheelchairs. All kinds of different guys try to be bullied, right? Can we say this is true too? Like,
Yeah.
little guys would like to be bullies, but they just can't. They're not big enough to do it. Can we say this too?
That's right.
So we have a world full of bullies or would-be bullies, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay, so men like to do this to each other. Well, why would they do this to their women too? Like, why would a man, want to bully women? Like, what kind of challenge is there now? Like, what kind of possible juice can you get out of beating a woman?
I have no idea.
Well, you're the pervert master fuck. I mean, as well as being the right honorable crackhead, you got no ideas on this?
Yeah, it feels good when you do it.
It feels good when you do it.
Yeah.
Shit, so you're telling me that these guys enjoy this? Like, they enjoy killing women and
Yeah.
it's kind of like killing anybody, right? They get kind of a hard on and get off on it.
Yeah.
Is this what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So these are men who confuse violence with love-making.
Yeah.
And you're telling me most men do this.
That's true.
So, do you have any idea the type of problem we have right now?
Do I have any idea?
Yeah, like we have a whole country full of men.
I live it.
You live it. Yeah. That's true, you do. Fuck. Like it's strange to me.
I'm in the trenches.
Like, it's strange to me. Like, I can't. Anyway, I can't believe that men have no value in their word. I don't know what happened to me. I got strung into all these goddamn teachers, like, from the boom. And as soon as I'm vertical like that, a million fucking teachers around me, all beating into my head. Keep your word, keep your word, keep every fucking which way I could possibly, for a decade, over a decade, understand? And everybody else missed that curriculum, it looks like to me.
Yeah, well, no one ever told me that.
Nobody ever told you that?
No.
So it never occurred to you that if you could steal something or give somebody your word, is oh shit, it's a good deal if you can do that, right? Fuck your word, it's not worth anything, right?
Yeah.
If somebody thinks it is, that's their problem.
That's right.
Oh God. And so Your parents, nobody told you this at school, nothing? Like you never. All right, so.
See, a lot of people figure that people should just know this or something.
Well, I assumed everybody did.
Well, you don't.
Well, but I found out that I make assumptions that aren't true. Like, I remember speaking with somebody about, like she's just like, Snow White. And I said, well, who's Snow White? And there's a whole group of people, like from Russia, who never heard of Snow White. Right? They were allowed to have fairy tales over there, or whatever. But they had Russian fairy tales, not American, well, Disney fairy tales, right? So, yeah. But there's a whole universe of people who wouldn't have, any hemisphere that would comprehend that, right? So I can't use those type of generalizations in my speaking with people.
No.
But for me to speak with men and not know that their word doesn't mean anything to them, I would be embarrassed to be caught thinking that about somebody. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Is that right?
But for me to find out that and I'm experiencing that now, that the reality is, there's many, many men who don't care at all, like politicians, men, should be embarrassed, and, someday are going to be embarrassed.
Why do you think I call the ranch the puzzle factory?
But those men there, are
no, don't tell me that they're charms.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that to find that they're representative of the truth of humanity staggers me.
Yeah, exactly. But the funny part is that if you know what you're doing and you get enough experience, then you can survive that, no problem.
Why should I have to? You understand? Like, because it's a condition of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, then it's necessary to learn how to survive that. It's true. But the thing is, like, those men that were trying to bully me, when they were defeated, do you think they feel badly about being defeated?
Do I think they feel badly?
Yeah.
About being defeated? I don't know how they feel.
Well, let's take the big, fat, ambulatory guy who had grass to cut, right?
Okay.
All right, so he didn't like his grass being cut. So, and he was strutting around, inconveniencing himself and a lot of other people with this theory. Can we say this?
Mm-hmm.
Making himself and a lot of other people uncomfortable. Can we say this too?
Yeah.
All right. And so, the day that I pointed out to him that he had no grass to cut, did he argue with me?
No.
All right. Did he make any threatening gestures?
No.
He grumbled a bit, right?
Yeah.
And he had his second grumble a bit too, right?
Yeah.
But that was the end of it. Is that not true?
Yeah.
And I've heard nothing that he's ever grumbled about it again since that day.
No, he hasn't.
Okay? And he's been around there since that day. Is that not true?
That's true.
And he's been not that upset himself, can we say this?
He just leaves the scene.
But I mean, he's not there pissing people off and irritating people and threatening people.
He leaves the scene.
Yeah, all right. And so he's more at peace himself, can we say this?
That I can't tell you.
Okay, well, he's not displaying any hostility or any animosity to anyone. Is he? Have you seen this?
Guys that I don't deal with, and they have to deal with him up there on the third floor. Yes, I can see this.
Oh, it's happening now again? He's doing that again?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
That's because he figures he can get away with it on the third floor.
I didn't know this. So he's doing it
he,
somewhere I'm not, he thinks.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the first to yap off, and all the shows that been going on that used to go on on Saturday nights and things like
Downstairs.
that.
He's doing that again?
Yeah.
He's doing that again now?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. When did this start?
When did it start?
Yeah.
It's never finished.
Well, why didn't you tell me that? He's sitting around there threatening people now?
No, he doesn't do it downstairs.
So, but he's doing this on the third floor?
Yeah.
But not where he used to do it?
That's right.
But he's still carrying on with the same protocol?
That's right. He figures just because he's in a different space, and
Who's to know?
Who's to know?
Who's to know? So, I wonder if I could talk to the staff on the third floor, what do you think? That shouldn't be happening. Terrifying those men on the third floor. He wanted to terrify them on the fourth floor. He wanted to do this, right? Like, and he was. He had you scared.
Yeah.
So, this is the first I've heard of this. I didn't know this before. So, it's another little challenge. But, I think I'll have the same conversation with him that I had with JC. Is he around the outside of the building frequently?
Yeah, he comes down.
Okay. Well, next week when I'm feeling better, we'll go have a visit with him. So this man's bullying people in wheelchairs, the elderly, the invalid, into buying his products, both cigarettes and pot. Is this what's going on?
That I can't tell you, because I don't know.
Well, then what are you telling me?
I mean, he's bullying in the way of
With the pot?
with the pot. Yeah.
For sure. You don't know about the cigarette?
No.
But with the pot, for sure. Right. They can't buy anywhere else.
Eh?
They can't buy anywhere else. This is what the deal is.
You mean?
On the third floor, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Yeah. I just got a new customer from the third floor, and it's a guy I've known for years, and I knew he smoked. I knew what he was like. He's been there as long as I was there, and longer. So he's in a wheelchair. He just got back out of the hospital, got back to seeing us now. And
he told you that?
I befriended him a long time ago. I helped him out with a couple of things, and we smoked joints together.
Yeah.
Sometimes when Johnny didn't have it, he did.
Right.
So we'd smoke together and
Yeah.
do stuff together.
Yeah.
So we
You go back a while.
We go back a while, yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's a customer of mine,
Yeah.
and I never thought in a million years I'd ever had him as a customer.
Because of humbleness.
Yeah.
Has he said anything about the guy?
As the guy in the wheelchair saying about the guy?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I like to hear it from a couple other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
so if you could arrange that for me as soon as possible, that'd be great. But he's vertical, so I can punch him in the mouth and then explain to him I don't want to even have to imagine that going on there anymore. So he gets the message. Exactly. But I need to hear it. I need to hear it from.
You need to hear it from more
guys. The guys themselves. So you know what? If I'm not absolutely certain, I'm not gonna do it. But anyway.
You come down and have a look for yourself. It won't take long.
Okay. Anyway, so I didn't know that guy was continuing to do that, but all right, so but none of the other people have. Can we say this? Like,
say that again, please.
Any of the other individuals that sought to bully us or interfere with our energy that I have defeated, are they still doing that shit too? Or?
No.
So it's just this one guy.
As far as I know.
Okay, that I didn't defeat enough. All right. No. What gives me the right to do this? To determine that a man's conducting himself so out of alignment with any justice or any reality that I can take it upon myself to punch him in the head and tell him not to do that anymore. Why? Who am I to do that? Why should, what business is it of mine?
You have your own code.
Why is this thing in Pakistan any of my business?
Pardon me?
Why is this thing in Pakistan any of my business? Why don't I just keep my mouth shut and have a really nice Thanksgiving and Christmas? Why do I go where aggravation is and make a nuisance of myself? This guy's not going to like me Monday afternoon. Can you say this?
Yeah.
The nice thing about this is the only person he can get angry with is me. Yeah, I know it gives me the right. These people are infirm. These people are like widows and orphans, right? Like, these people are in wheelchairs and elderly and need help just to live.
Yeah.
Right? And so for somebody to be terrorizing them for any reason is, or making them fearful to do whatever they want is harmful. Can we say this? Like, definitely not ensured of our survival. A bad thing to do. Bad idea. That's consistent with the laws of God out there, right? But for me, punching him in the head is a very different thing than taking his life and cutting his head right off and shooting him, sneaking up behind him and shooting him in the back, as they would do in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Right. So, if I have a significant challenge with a man, I will deal with him myself. But I'm not going to kill a man because he's an idiot. Otherwise, there'd be no men left on earth. I have to handle all these women all myself. Understand? But the thing is, like,
then you know you missed the ride.
Yeah, everybody's dead except me. Yeah, more of my kid happy is a wet dream. Can you imagine? Oh, shit. Get out of here. Just talking with Mose.
Well,
Yeah. Thought you'd check it out and see what's happening. So, anyway. So.
Jesus, I don't have my laser lighter.
You left your pellet gun at home. You're a sick, twisted fuck. Anyway.
I'll be hunting cops like that. You're like... I had one of those lights that flashes like a laser, like being little torch.
Oh, good. When you were a kid, or
No.
Hey, you tried to get the mouse with it yesterday, right?
I was at
Fantasizing.
my friend's house, and I was looking after his cat, and I found that when you bounce this thing around, you can get the cat jumping up to the roof.
Yeah. Drive the cat crazy with the laser light. Oh, yeah. That's a pervert that you are. Sat around, drove the cat completely out of its wits, had to be hospitalized for the mentally insane cats.
The cat was never the same.
Psychiatric bill is $12,000.
But I had fun doing it.
Cat has post-traumatic stress disorder. Needs to be on Prozac for the rest of his life.
And he would leap up the wall.
Oh, I know. Totally invested in it, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the cat's probably thinking to himself, what is this stupid fuck doing?
No, I think cat was invested. That you get the light.
No, the cat figured that
Somehow or other, I'm
this
gonna
was
get that cigarette.
this was heaven for the cat. It's the most exercise you got. What?
The cat of a crackhead. Get out of here, cat! You're bothering me. I'm trying to get high. Can't you see it? Oh God, man. Anyway, so this is a pretty desperately perverted world we're living in right now. It's really fucked. You're telling me, like it's like most men are like this. You're saying, but like most big men like don't like. I don't know any big men who give a fuck what anybody thinks about what they do. You know, like small, big, or any other size. Like I never did. You know, I didn't care whether you're a man, woman, your child. I didn't really care what you thought about me at all. I didn't think it made any difference. Still, they got arrested because of what people thought of it.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right. Bang,
That's the
zoom.
first time it occurred.
Bang, zoom, eh?
Yeah. I remember sitting behind like 9 inches of fucking, bulletproof glass talking to my lawyer and going, and saying, what the fuck is this? He said, you have to be concerned about what anybody might think about what anything you might say. Or I can find myself in jail. You're telling me this, right? Insane. That's the size of it.
Yeah. You're on the button.
Anyway, so it was clear to me that he hadn't bothered reading my file enough to be conversant with it, okay? But this is my only hope. I've already fired 4 other law firms or 3 other law firms, right? So he's at least he shows up for his court appearances or has some dimwit stand in to show up when he sets a date with the court. It's a huge transformation compared to the rest of the legal firms that I've exposed. So, but like uninterested? How do people get uninterested in what they do for a living? Because they must fit, right? Like they must turn it into something they don't like anymore.
Yeah.
So, and they know they're going to have to lie almost every day, and so that would kind of wear thin on their spirits, would it not? Like that way. And so if I go to work every day and I'm a professional liar, that's going to dim my intuition considerably. Can you say it? Like I'm going to be dead intuitionally. I'm going to have no spiritual vitality at all. And that's who's practicing law. You understand? These are what the Tibetan Buddhists call walking ghosts. Interesting. Like, like, to be absolutely lost between the ears. I think it's an expensive way to live, you know. I don't care what you say. But you know what? So there's bullies in this world, can we say this?
Lots of them.
And they all got a hard on, they want some grease on it, right?
That's right.
Excuse me. I burp, fart, pick my nose, not in company, and like blowjob.
Unbloggers.
I don't know what he likes. I know he used to like crack and shooting people with his belly gun. But he was the first individual who equated perversion and firearms. Connected those two dots for me. And it's been quite a journey since. You know, and find out that Sigmund Freud is not only correct about the Anglo-Saxon and the Germanic peoples, but also about Arabic, Latin peoples, actually all peoples on this planet. Like Sigmund Freud asserts that human being, and I have to insert here, regardless of creed, race, religion, or whatever other criteria you can dream up, present by age 3 through whatever culture they're currently living in as homicidal, polymorphous, perverse. By age 3. And so this is true, basically is what you're saying to me. Like, everybody is a killer and a pervert inside.
Son of a bitch, eh?
You understand? Like,
it's only when we delude ourselves into thinking we know what the fuck's going on
that we're really fucked.
that we're really fucked.
So that's where it is, basically. Like, that's the truth. That's the truth. Really, that's the fucking truth. Oh, God. Fucking Christ, how am I gonna fix this? It's fucking possible. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna stop trying yet, but what do you think, sir? You think we got a shot with this fucker? I mean, like, honest to Christ, I mean, like, we got, 7 billion homicidal, polymorphous perverts we got to transform into fucking archangels in 5 years. Now, you think this is a possibility? Or am I just some delirious old fart with too much time on his hands?
No, I don't think so. I think we got a good chance.
You need to understand, I have no idea right now how it's going to happen. You understand? Like,
neither do I.
But, like, all I can do is speak the truth one instance at a time. And this Asai Bibi thing that's going on in Pakistan is driving me berserk. I can't believe this woman has been in prison since 2009 on less of an issue than I understand. Like, I know what it's like to be her, but I didn't have a death sentence hanging over my head. I had complete loss of my entire history, but not a death sentence. And turns out it's not a bad history to lose. But the point is that I know what it's like to be buggered by the state for no cause. And to have no one there who's interested at all in my issues or my case or the truth, any truth of anything to do with my issues. And these people are in a position to affect my life. And so I know what that's like, and I know how abysmal that can feel, and I don't want her to feel that way. I want her to know that I care, and that I'm certainly willing to risk my life to defend hers. And I make no bones about this whatsoever. And I don't know how her husband and kids are faring, and I'm not in a position to do much for them financially, but if there's anybody who is, and they're listening to this tape, I'd be very grateful if you could do something for them. At this monstrosity of human thinking, his perversion of the will of Allah to this extreme is beyond anything I can stomach. Like, this makes that guy that's beating up the terrorizing the infirm and the elderly in Ziegenhaus and the Mother Teresa. Understand? Like, these people want to jerk off as they hang this girl for no reason, just because they're powerful guys and they get to say how it is. Understand?
There was a few votes.
What? Understand? Like, you don't get to do this on my watch, period. End of story. I don't give a fuck. They either stop what they're doing or they kill me. But I'm not gonna not speak out on this issue. I'm not gonna have this occur without as much opposition to it as I can bring to bear. And again, the timing isn't good for me. I would have much rather spend some other time. I stole the goddamn newspaper that I found out about it in. Served me right for, I know better than to steal. It wasn't even theft really, but it was theft. It was the last thing of the day. It was a X-ray radiation office. It was a daily newspaper. It was going to be thrown out by the next half an hour, but I stole it. I had never heard of SIP before that. And I didn't steal the paper for that article. I stole it for the one with the priests and the doctors and the nuns in Spain are stealing babies from mothers and selling them to people who got lots of money.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, so it doesn't sound too much like it's written in the Bible. Jesus say that's a good idea. Steal babies and sell them.
No.
Must be in the New Testament somewhere. I overlooked.
It's been amended.
It's been amended. Oh, the New Testament has been amended by the Spanish clergy, it seems. Now, like, the thing that got me about the article was that this guy has 9 other kids, right? And he says, yeah, this is like 40 years, 25 years later, right?
Yeah.
But there's the one missing. That one always bothers you, okay? Now, this is a guy, he might be a bricklayer, he's a Spanish guy, right? Married a Spanish girl, got 9 kids, right? And I don't think he's a PhD, I don't think he's a psychiatrist, I don't think he's a Spanish guy with 9 kids. And what he's saying is, I think they stole one of my babies, and it bothers me. It's missing. It's something in my life is not fitting. Right? Now, can you imagine how God feels when he sees this stuff going on? Like, you understand? Like, I gotta have this cleaned up in 5 years.
That's a lot of barf.
Other thing I like doing least in life is barfing, right? And I'm in charge of the king's barf, but you know what? It's true. I mean, like Spain, fuck, you know, I got Pakistan, I got Spain. What the fuck is this shit? Got Juan Carlo in Spain, like the fucker kills his brother. Like, no wonder this shit's going on in Spain. They can get away with anything there, right? Fuck, you know, rip off a few babies and get, you know, 10 grand of popcorn to tell the cunt baby died. You know? You don't believe me? Look, here's the photo dead one, that's yours. Got your name written on its foot, see? Fuck. Oh man, my God, fucking Christ almighty, it's this fucking circus here. A circus of depravity, this is what the fucking place is. But there's beautiful shit in here too, right? Like, there really is. Really, really beautiful stuff.
Yeah, well, it's getting to be pretty hard to find the forest for the trees.
Oh man. But you know, like, I can't believe that these men are claiming that this has anything to do with the Quran I read, or my Allah, or my prophets. You know, like, if I thought that Allah would condone that, I'd walk up to him and kick him in the balls. You understand?
Yeah.
He thanked me for it too. Like, oh, Christ. Anyway, so any man should feel this way, I think. You know, like, and you're telling me they don't. Like, they don't give a fuck. Some cunt in Pakistan, who cares?
That's true.
I don't mind if some guy wants to jerk off while he hangs her. I mean, you know, he might have a good come.
Probably.
Tell me something, David. Would you want to be king of this place?
No.
It's not something to be real proud of right now, is it?
No.
Oh, God. I think I'm gonna barf.